I learned that from Belichick, right? But we outworked them, and 3, 4, 5 speeches a day, all over the place. And that last 2 weeks, and the last week especially, there was something that was happening. I told the group today, they canceled their fireworks 2 weeks out. And there was a little story that they spent $7 million on fireworks, and they canceled it. And that's because history has proven that if you're going to lose, you don't want fireworks, right? And that was a good sign, and there were other good signs. But what we did on those last 2 weeks, and especially in that last week, it was fun, and we saw what was going to happen. We were pretty sure we were going to win. But again, thank you all very much. We'll see you. We have an election coming up in 2 years. We're going to get a lot of senators and a lot of congressmen elected. A lot. We're going to get a lot of them elected. Mitch McConnell's here. He's smiling so big he loves those words. And we are going to make America great again, greater than ever before. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
And there you have it, President-elect Donald Trump, the last evening that he will be President-elect, speaking at a donors' candlelight dinner at Washington Union Station, not far from where we are tonight. Good evening again from Washington. The Trumps tonight capping a very full day on the eve of one for the history books. I just want to bring in our panel right now. I'm here with Jeffrey Lord, a Trump supporter, political commentator, also contributing editor to American Spectator. Also, Van Jones is with us, conservative Trump critic Ana Navarro, and Paris Denard, CNN political commentator and director of Black Outreach during the George W. Bush administration. Jeffrey Lord, it is interesting, on the eve of becoming the most powerful person on the planet, Donald Trump, talking about the election victory and what happened on election night and polls and all of it.
I think it's going to stick in his memory for a long time. I think that what you're seeing here is how the next 4 years are going to go in some way. It will be salted with talk of whatever the issue is of the moment.
I assume you mean 4 and/or 8 years.
Well, actually, right.
Oh, wait, here goes the phone. 4 years.
No, 8 years.
Okay.
8 years.
All right.
And maybe more if we repeal. No,
what is Ivanka Trump?
There are going to be 4 years that feel like 8 years.
But I really think, what this is, you've seen his style, which I first saw firsthand 4 years ago now. And he mixes issues of the moment with this kind of talk, where he's very informal. He calls out people in the audience, he talks to them, thanks them if he thinks they've been great, doesn't thank them if he but this is his style, and this is how he's going to communicate. And I have to say, I think, they used to call Ronald Reagan the great communicator. I think he is a really seriously good communicator.
And it is fascinating, whether you believe he's a good communicator or not, just fascinating the difference between President Obama and how he speaks and communicates, and which we've seen a lot of on display over the last week, and Donald Trump.
Well, a showman's showman. I mean, he loves it, he's great at it, he does it. But, there's a backdrop here that I think is also important to note. President Obama could not have come out and spoken that way and been that jovial because the country that he was in was in a massive crisis. We were losing hundreds of thousands of jobs a month. We were in 2 awful wars. If a President Obama had come out and been that jokey, the country would have been quite alarmed. It is a testament to what Obama has been able to do positively, that he is handing off a country where there is economic growth, where there is enough of a sense of that things are secure, that you can have a guy come out and be the jokester in chief the night before. And I think that we are going to remember. President Obama much more fondly in years to come than even we think of him right now.
Well, he does have a 60% approval rate.
So, I mean, even he's at 60% right now. I think it will go up.
Anna?
Look, I think what we've learned in the last 2.5 months since the election is that Trump will be Trump and will continue to be Trump. He has been relitigating the campaign for the last 2.5 months. I think he's going to be relitigating it for the next 4 years. And, we see him doing what he always does. Exaggerate about the numbers at the, concert, beat up on the press, talk about his victories, talk about how everybody was wrong. So if we were expecting a lofty, poetic, unifying precedent on the eve of the swearing in, we're not getting it. Maybe tomorrow lightning strikes and we do get it. But tonight, what we've seen is the same Trump who I suspect has already almost drafted the tweet he's going to send out against Saturday Night Live on Sunday morning.
But I should point out that all that video just